Hello everyone, welcome back once again, and today we're going to cover the topic that is string handling in Python. Now strings are one of the basic data type of Python, and they are immutable. Now immutable variables, I have already covered this topic in one of my previous tutorial where I have showed what exactly you mean by immutable variables. Immutable variables are variables which the value cannot get changed. So if you're confused about this word, you can go to one of my previous video where I have covered this entire regarding everything about the immutable variables. Okay, so today we are going to cover about string, how to handle strings in Python. So let's get started. Strings, already we have worked with strings by just giving a simple print statement like hello world. Okay, so this basically is one string. So whatever you cover under the double quotes or a single quote, both works. So that is basically a string. It will be considered as string even if you give any numbers between the single quotes or double quotes. Still it is considered as string. So you can see the output over here. I'll just save it, and I will just run this program, and you can see that it has displayed the message. Now this is displayed as string. Okay, print statement anyway displays everything in form of string. Even if you do some calculations like 2 plus 5, so the 2 plus 5 first gets evaluated and then it gets converted into string and it gets displayed onto the screen. So anyway, print statement displays everything in form of string. But if you try to do something like if you want to do something like 2 uh, string 2 plus 2. Okay, now this cannot be done. We cannot add a number with a string, right? So we will just look at few other operations, what we can perform, what we can do with strings. So now for example, a is equal to hello, and b is equal to world. Okay, I will assign these two values to a and b, hello to a and world to b. And if I try to do something like a plus b, now this is allowed. Okay, now what we are doing over here is we are doing the concatenation of these two strings like hello and world. If you see the output, we will be joining those two strings. So you can see hello, and there is absolutely no space because I have not given any space in that string. So hello world, right? So if I just give one small space over here, so this space itself is one character, understand it. Okay, so if I see the output now we will get the message that is hello world. So you can use this plus operator, for joining two strings, which we call it as concatenation. Okay, I'll just type the word over here. Okay, it is called as concatenation. Okay, okay, so word concatenation means joining two strings. And now one more operator. So the plus operator basically is used to, it's a arithmetic operator which is used to add two numbers, and it is also used to add two strings. Add means basically joining two strings. Okay, but as I showed it before, you cannot do anything like a plus 2. Now this will throw an error, you can see. Okay, it is throwing an error because we cannot add a string with a integer number, right? But if I do this like under double quotes, then definitely this becomes a string. Now you can see the output over here. We have hello and we have this 2. Because this is a string, now this becomes a string. Okay, now another operator that you can work with is if I say this as, I'll just make this as b, and if I use over here, that is the asterisk sign, that is the product operator, the multiplication operator, and if I say 2, now this can be done in Python. Now what actually this will do is this will have the value that is hello world, and into 2. So this will actually multiply that string. Okay, you can see the output for this. Here it is. So we have hello world, and again we have hello world. So that's because we have 2 over here. If I make this as 4, so we can multiply that string for that many times. So this is hello world, and this 4 times you can see over here. So plus operator we can use to join to string, the into operator, the multiplication operator we can use to multiply that particular string. Okay, and now let us understand that, as I said before, that strings are immutable, right? Now before I prove that point, I will also tell you that strings in Python have some index values. They have index values, in fact. So for example, I need to delete this. And now what are index values? Now index values are values for every individual character. Okay, so basically there is two types of indexing. One is the forward indexing and the second is the backward indexing. So what I mean to say over here is H will have a index value 0, E will have a index value 1, and this 2, 3, 4. Then the space will have an index value 5, and then W will have 6, 7, 8, 9, and the D will have 10. Okay, I'll just put this under comment, otherwise it will throw an error. Okay, now that's perfect. So H will have the index value 0, E will have 1, and it will go on till D, which will have an index value 10. Now what we are going to do with this index value is we can access the characters from that string. For example, if I simply say print an A and with a square bracket, okay, to access that particular character, I need to specify an index value. Suppose if I specify 4 over here, okay, 4 with the square bracket opening and closing and with the index. Now this is the index value that I specified. So when I say A, this can be, you can call this, or you need to pronounce this in a way, A of 4. So A of 4 basically means O, or if I say 6, it basically will mean W. So if I run this program, you can see the output. If I try to print A of 6, so you can see over here we got the output that is W. Okay, if I say something like 9, now 9 you can see it's L, so you can see the output. Okay, we have L. So this is how you can actually access the characters from string. We also have something called as the backward reference. Now backward reference works from here, you can say. So this will be like -1, and this will be like -2. Okay, so basically what I mean to say is this will have, just for your this is -1, this is -2, this will become -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7, -8, and so on. So it goes, that is backward indexing. So if I want to access any character by the backward indexing, and I want to access this O, so what index value will I specify? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7. So I need to specify -7. Okay, now that is backward indexing. So if we see the output for this, we will have the output that is O. Okay, so this is forward indexing, by which it starts from 0 and goes till the end of the character in a series. And for forward indexing, and the backward indexing goes from the backside and from the end of the string character, and it starts from -1 and it goes on till the first character in that particular series. It starts from -1, -2, -3, and so on. Okay, so most probably we won't be much using the backward indexing, but there are situations where we might be required to use the backward indexing. At this point I will just use the forward indexing. So if I specify something like 7 over here, so can you guess the output? 7 will now display the output that is this O. If I specify 8, it will be R. Okay, Now if I try to do something like a of 5 and I want to change that character, okay, I want to change that character, that is a of 5, okay, that is space, and I want to give something like, I want to fill that space with a hash, okay, and then I want to print a of 5. Now we will see the output for this. Okay, here it is, we got error because we cannot change this value. Since strings are immutable, we cannot individually change any character out here. Okay, so this thing is not allowed. Okay, I will put this under comment and just write it that this is not allowed. Okay, so you cannot do this. So if I say a of 5, at this point it will only print the space. Okay, so you will not actually get any output as such, but there is output that is in form of a space. You can see it's printed in the space. Okay, so now we will move to some basic operations that we can perform with how to access the characters and perform some operations. So for example, if I say we can use an in operator, if I say something like he or only h at this point, in hello, okay, in hello, so this will basically give me, okay, and if I say else part and I say print and I say not okay, something like any message, just to make you understand. So this will actually turn out to be true because h character, which when used with in operator, this if condition will become true. So h is in this character string that is over here. Okay, I can directly print it also. It's not like I have to use a if statement. If I say h in hello, okay, so you can see we will get two outputs over here. One is okay and the second is, see, this is the okay which we got because the condition went true, and this will straight away print the message that is true because it will return true. Understand it? Okay, so if I say this or if I say he, even this works. A substring, now this is a kind of a substring. Now he is in this string, so this substring belongs to this string. Even in this case we will get the output that is okay and true. Here it is. Okay, but if I give something over here like h and o, okay, so now you can see the output. The output is not okay, and over here it is true because I did not made any changes over here. This is true, but ho, this substring is not there in this string. So in that case it will print not okay. Okay, so we can actually also check whether a substring belongs to a string with this simple in operator. Okay, now how to access character by character from a string? Simple, you can use a for loop in range. So if I say I in, so not range, I can straight away give the string hello world, okay, and say colon and say print I. So I will initially get the character h, then e, then l, again l and o, and then it will print the characters. You can see over here. So since okay, every character got displayed onto the next line. So h, e, l, l, o, w, o, r, l, d, right? So this is how we can access the characters using a for loop. Okay, I can also have a simple variable like a is equal to hello world, and I can replace that over here, this variable. So it's one and the same thing. Now we got the output. You can see the output. Okay, invalid syntax. This is I forgot to give this colon. Okay, now we can run it and we can see the output. Here it is, we got the output. So you can do it this way also. So okay, using this simple thing, okay, we can generate a pattern also. Since we have learned how to generate pattern, the number patterns, the number patterns using nested for loop, but we can do it with a single for loop also. Suppose if I say over here the asterisk sign, and over here what I will do is I will just take one more variable, put it as empty, and then I will access um, something like over here I will use a range function 1 comma 10. Okay, so this will run for 9 times, and then what I will do is I will print s is equal to s plus a, and I will just simply say print s. So let us see the output for this program. Okay, here it is. We got a pattern. First is 1 star, 2 star, the asterisk signs, right? So why we got this is because this is empty, this is the asterisk sign, and this is the empty variable, there is nothing null. So s is equal to s plus a, so empty plus star, the two strings will get concatenated, that is join, and it will come into s. So the value of s will become star now, and it will print star. Again the loop will run, then s is having star, and again 1 star will get joined to it, it becomes 2 star, 2 asterisk signs, and will print 2 star, and then 3, and then 4. So simple. So this is how we can actually have a pattern for a particular character. So I can replace this with any character. If I say a, then we can have this output as, okay, just a, and we can have the output over here, that is, okay, we got this pattern. So this is how you can work, you can come up with your own creativity. So the more you work onto this, your logic will be clear, your the brain starts working. Once you start developing small programs, your brain, the engine will start working, and you will come up with your own logics. Okay, so there are many other predefined functions in strings by which we can perform some real big operations onto strings. That I will be covering up in my upcoming video. So there are some predefined functions by which we can perform some other operations, which are some really important operations that we need to perform onto a string that are required by a programmer. So I'll cover up that in my upcoming video. Okay, so bye for now.
So if you have liked my video, do subscribe to my channel. There is a subscribe button in front of you. Click it right away, and after that click on the bell icon so that you can get the regular notifications of my videos. Bye for now.